Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. So today I'm going to be speaking about Dawn of War 3 and it's not really a review of sorts. If people remember, I did a theoretical video a couple of weeks ago. It's probably a month or two back now, and I wanted to do a practical now that I have the actual game. Well, I've actually been playing the game for a couple of weeks. So what this video is, it's just going to be my thoughts on Dawn of War 3, how I personally felt about it, and what I liked and what I disliked about it, and hopefully you guys will give me your own feedback in the comments, and I can see how you felt about it, see if it's just not me who felt the way I feel about the game. So let's jump in and let's get started. I'm going to have some footage on in the background, just of some random multiplayer matches and stuff like that, so that'll just keep you entertained if you like watching stuff in the background. But here we go, let's jump in and let's get talking about it. Okay, like I said before, I've already done a previous kind of video on this called a theoretical video. If you haven't checked that, the link is in the description below. I would suggest listen to that first because it does go into this. And yeah, I just basically that this is my after and that was my before and stuff like that, so it gives a nice little full circle on the game. So let's jump in and let's get started. I am just going to speak straight off my chest here. There's no script, there's no nothing. I'm just going to sit down and speak to you one-to-one how I personally felt about the game. So let's start off with the biggest talking point, which was the biggest discussion point about the game, which was the graphical engine of the game. Now, in my previous video, I said I know Dawn of War 2 had this realistic effect, and to be fair, I went in with I went into this game with an open mind, and I actually did enjoy the actual new graphical situation they had. You know, of all the nice fancy abilities and all that kind of stuff. That really didn't bother me. Of course, I'm one of these people who love the realistic models and stuff in Dawn of War 2. Don't get me wrong, I absolutely love that. But I thought like the change of this was something different, and you know, I kind of think it worked. It worked kind of well with the game they were trying to make. So for me, I had no problem with that. But there were some problems which I did have, and in this game there's a lot more problems than positives for me. Probably the biggest talking point for me is going to be Last Stand. Now, I'm a huge Last Stand player, and seeing this game released without Last Stand was a definite head scratcher for me, because this game has heroes in it, okay? In the multiplayer scene, in the single player scene, it really focuses on your heroes. And now, Last Stand is basically a game mode where you play as a hero. And it completely puzzled me that this game, which is based on heroes, where your heroes are basically the key to victory, doesn't have the game mode which supports heroes in it. And it completely took me by surprise. I actually thought that, you know, maybe it'll be like maybe a day one DLC or something like that. Maybe it will be a DLC at some stage, but at this moment in time, I'm judging it like this game does not have Last Stand, and it is such a shame. There's actually a chap out there on the mod workshop now who's trying to add Last Stand in. Again, I've done a video on that. I'll put it in the description if you want to go and watch it. But I'm sorry, that's not good enough. For the developers who've come from Dawn of War Retribution, Dawn of War 2 and stuff, and they've seen how popular Last Stand is, surely they can add that to this game. It quite upset me in a way, because Last Stand was the main reason I actually played Dawn of War. I know a lot of people played the Elite mod and stuff like that, but for me, I actually enjoyed playing Last Stand. And like I just said, this game is very much hero based. It actually emphasizes on playing with heroes, and to not include a game mode where you don't have heroes in and you use them heroes is just it really upset me. That was a bit of a kick to the ribs. Now, staying on track with the actual multiplayer itself, I think we'll have to talk about the maps and the game mode. Now, we only have one game mode in the game, and it's basically a MOBA-esque type of game mode where you have to destroy power plants and then move on to destroy the core of the base and stuff like that. And to be perfectly fair, it was fun. It was fun for like a week, and then it got very, very boring, very, very fast. And I don't think I've touched the multiplayer since. Now I'm seeing in multiplayer that there's certain builds out there now where people rush spam to get units out, and I think the tactic is that everyone just makes a jump assault armor because melee is king in this game now, and it's just not fun anymore. It really is not fun. Right at the start, when people were getting used to it and we had like these nice big battles, it was really, really fun. But now it's just horrible. Well, for me, it's just horrible. I'm really not enjoying it at all. Now, staying on the subject of multiplayer, like we have been doing. So we had that game mode, and there's no victory point game mode. What in the Emperor's name are they doing? Not releasing releasing the game with just one game mode in multiplayer. Where is the victory point? The victory point was one of the key successes, I thought, in the later Dawn of War games, when you actually, you take a point and you hold it, and the other team trying to take that off, and you end up getting these big battles around certain victory points and stuff in game. It was very, 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 very good game mode, and you had to use tactic to actually win. And I came into this and I was like, no, they can't release this with just one game mode, surely not. And lo and behold, there it was, just this one basically MOBA-esque game mode, which was, like I just stated, it was so boring after a week, and it is now. It's boring, and I actually know a lot of people who are big Dawn of War players, and they've gone back to Dawn of War Retribution, playing Elite Mod and stuff like that, because this game does not hold up in multiplayer at all. And all the way through this video, I'm probably going to come back to this one point, and this one point is that I don't see any longevity in this game at all at this moment in time. At this moment in time, while I'm making this video right now, I do not see any longevity at all in the game, which is a shame, because this is Dawn of War. Dawn of War is probably the biggest and well-known 40k digital game out there. I think a lot of people got into the Dawn of War series. Sorry, a lot of people got into Warhammer through the Dawn of War series. And I know a lot of friends who got into 40k through the Dawn of War series. They're like, oh yeah, Blood Ravens, they're the best chapter ever. I'm like, learn your lore, fool. But yeah, that is I think is an actual shame, because for me, even though this game is named Dawn of War, I'm just going to say this: I don't think this is a sequel to any Dawn of War game. Personally, I think it's a cash grab. That's what I think, and I know that may sound horrible, and I don't want to really upset anyone. But these are my just personal feelings. But I personally think that this is just a cash grab using the Dawn of War franchise's name, and that is a shame, because I think they could have done a lot better. They could have given us more content on release. I personally think, like I said, Last Stand, more game modes, more maps. Thank God we have some modders in this community, because if you go on the Steam Workshop now, people are actually making maps and stuff like that. So thank the Emperor for those kind of people, because without that, then I think this game would have took a bigger hit than it is doing at the moment, because not a lot of people are playing it online now compared to when it's launched. Me for one, and all my friends who got the game, not one of them play it online now, because it's just boring. There's no fun in it at all. I keep going back to this. It's just no fun at all. It's one of these games now where it's appealing to a certain player, but that certain player has it has better games in that genre than this game, I think. So I don't think they're really going to be staying around for that. And the core people who actually enjoyed the game, like myself and all my other Warhammer friends, have left it because we just don't feel like it's a fun game anymore. It's not. There's nothing there keeping us here to just actually play the game. And I keep saying it. It's a huge shame, because I've been waiting for a sequel to Dawn of War for so many years. And when this came along, I was really, really hyped. I saw the trailer. I was completely sold with the trailer and stuff like that. And I was like, oh, yes, that's it. This. Oh, yeah, it looks fantastic. It looks amazing. We're gonna get into this. And I was just playing it, and I was like, oh no, this is not good. And with the with the actual campaign itself, and this is another talking point for me. When I was actually playing the campaign, the first couple of missions, I was like, oh yeah, this is really, really cool, this is good. And now I'm like, oh, I don't really want to go into the next campaign. I feel like I have to push myself to play the campaign because that's how boring and generic it is. It just doesn't feel, it just doesn't pull me in. It doesn't inspire me to play the game. It just, like I just said before, it feels very generic and just meh. That's the probably word I'd probably use, is meh. It's like, oh, meh. You know, I'll just go play this game then. You know, it feels like a chore instead of actually having some fun, you know, to actually finish the campaign. And I actually still haven't finished the campaign, to be completely fair with everyone. I just can't get myself pumped up to finish it. It's just I keep saying it. It's just not fun. It's just not a fun game. I can't understand how they got this so wrong in some aspects of the game. When you look at this game compared to Dawn of War Retribution, to the other previous games, you think, look at all this content they've left out. Okay, base building's back, and again, I love the base building aspect, but it felt so shallow compared to the other games, because I personally think, because of the game modes you actually, well, the game mode you have on online, it just felt, okay, there's nothing really to do. There's some of the tactics and stuff is just so head banging against the wall, and it's just what can I say, guys? I'm completely let down, and I know some people say, oh, stop crying, you baby, it's only a game. It is only a game. I admit it is only a game, but for someone who, like me, is such a fan of these games and I've been waiting for so long, I feel like the wind's been kicked out of me, because it's just such a letdown. Now hopefully maybe in the future they'll improve on this. They'll have more game modes, maybe some new races and stuff. There is a lot of hint at some races being added into the game. I wish we had Chaos on launch. You know, I wish Chaos were there on the planet fighting and stuff. For me, Chaos is quite a iconic race in 40k, if not one of the most iconic races in 40k. So I was a bit surprised that they weren't there, but I know they've done that before in other previous games. We've seen some Imperial Guard units and stuff like that in the game, which again was fantastic. I love seeing the Imperial Guard, so I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that we get some Imperial Guard content. I was very glad to see like knights and stuff in the game. You know, like some of the big units, Gorkanauts and stuff like that. I thought all that was fantastic. I loved seeing all that, but it's just I feel like the game is let down more than it is raised up at this current stage. And for me, it's just a struggle to actually play the game, guys. It really is. That's why I haven't really been streaming it or anything like that. I know a lot of people keep saying, hey, you haven't streamed Dawn of War 3, you haven't uploaded any of the new campaign stuff at all. And my response is that I'm sorry, guys, I'm just not into it at the moment, and I'm not. I really am just not into it. Hopefully maybe some nice mods will come out for it and I can jump in and play it back with some people. Right, I've just been ranting on for like nearly 15-14 minutes now, and like I said, this is nowhere near a review. If there is a lot of better videos out there if you want to go into review. This is just my personal feelings about the game at the moment. I would love to hear your chaps' opinions on it as well. Leave it in the comments below, because I would love to engage. And is it just me who's feeling like this, or is it, you know, is it a wider audience and stuff like that? I don't go on the Dawn of War 3 forums or anything like that. I've basically just shut myself off from the actual game and the community itself. It's just until it either improves or there's something that drags me back into it. So I'm just gonna leave it there, I think, chaps. I hope you've enjoyed the video. I know it may have been a bit of a depressing one, but hey, I thought that I needed to do this and speak about and get some stuff off my chest. Again, I don't want to go out there and start calling people and offending the developers or anything like that. These are just my views. I hope no one gets offended. I just want to get a clear picture out there of how I feel and where the game lacks. So I hope you enjoyed it. Yep, that that is me done, chaps. I hope you enjoy your day. It is Monday today, so it is a horrible day where I am. It is absolutely raining outside, so I think I'm going to stay indoors all day and probably watch some TV. So see you all in a bit and have a great day. See you now and bye bye.